You excited? We are. As immigration attorneys, we're finally at the end of the Trump presidency and looking forward to better days ahead, not only for all current immigrants, but all aspiring Americans and future citizens. I'd like to talk a little bit about what we might be able to expect with the upcoming administration. All eyes are on Georgia at this point with the Senate race, because obviously if we are able to take control of the Senate, it's a very different playing field. But in case we don't, what are some things that we might be able to expect if Biden, if all we win is the White House? The Trump administration has shown that they were able to nearly shut off avenues of legal immigration without passing a single law. Well, if they can shut it off, we can turn it back on. And that's the main first takeaway that I want everyone listening to understand. Reversing the Muslim ban, green card bans, restoring DACA, ending the migrant protection protocols, MPP, the Remain in Mexico program, ending the public charge, expanded public charge doctrine, redesignation of TPS, and maybe even adding on new countries to the temporary protected status list, restoring prioritization schemes for ICE and deportation proceedings, allowing immigration judges to reunionize and stop counting dependents against the visa cap to be able to allow more people to be able to come in, relaxing hardship requirements. All of these are things that can be done that would have a huge, huge impact on the amount of legal immigration into the United States. We've got to end family detention, the use of private prisons, and enhance House of Representatives oversight into ICE and CBP and the entire detention apparatus. But it's more than just shutting off or undoing what Trump did. We have to push forward. We've got to go further. We've got to keep moving forward to try to not only undo, but actually create new avenues of relief for people stuck in this interminable backlog of removal proceedings. Certifying cases to a new attorney general. One of the things that a lot of people don't understand what happened under the Trump administration, Attorney General Sessions and Attorney General Barr would actually appeal cases, pro-immigrant cases from the Board of Immigration Appeals to themselves just for the purpose of gutting them, so that attorneys like me would not be able to rely on those cases in defending our clients. Well, all of that needs to be looked at and reaffirmed so that we can gain the tools that we need to be able to defend immigrants in removal proceedings. Perhaps we can get DAPA back and appointing competent agency heads, people that will head Department of Homeland Security, USCIS, ICE, CBP, instead of having this revolving door, this musical chairs of appointing people who were never confirmed by a majority vote in the Senate. We need to take steps to prevent corruption of state institutions, holding ICE and CBP officers accountable for their abuses of power, all the way from the top levels, all the way down to the detention facilities. And most importantly, we have to purge this ideology, this noxious ideology of white supremacy and white nationalism from all levels of government. It's not just the folks that pick up automatic weapons and go and mow people down in a Walmart or march on the streets of Charlottesville, Virginia. White nationalism is baked in to our immigration policy, and it's time that be exposed and purged from our national discourse so that we might actually have a chance at passing a humane immigration reform sometime down the line. We have to do the legwork all the way down. Look, I spend the majority of my time in the trenches, defending the rights of immigrants, fighting the battles in the immigration courts. But it's also important to spend time on where these policies come from. If we ignore that, then we'll forever be putting out fires that they put out. And make no mistake, these organizations, the Federation for American Immigration Reform, the Center for Immigration Studies, Numbers USA, the Immigration Reform Law Institute, have millions of dollars, millions of dollar budget to be able to push forward that same Trump agenda, regardless of who's in the White House. So we need to understand this. We need to understand that this is a story that goes back a long time, and we need to prepare for any sort of red shift that may come in 2022 and especially 2024. They're preparing for it. We need to do the same. There will be some who say that a thin margin of victory means that the new administration should govern cautiously and perhaps tack to the center. That's nonsense. That will only generate additional failures. Power that we have gained must be used while we have it to help others, not hoarded away in case a rainy day for a rainy day that may never come. We've come this far. We've built these coalitions over the past 4 years, and the worst thing in the world would be for us to let it just fizzle away and die. I'm afraid of that sigh of relief, because if we feel complacent, we're going to find ourselves in a very dark place in 2022 or 2024. It's time for us to bring justice back. Let's use the power that we got, use the power that we've earned through our votes, and speak up for those who don't have a voice.